Macho, macho man, yeah. I've got to be a macho man. Macho, macho man. Hey, hey, I've got to be a macho. Macho, macho man, yeah. Huh? Huh? Yeah. Melon, huh?
Oh no, backward.
The coalition of color, my brother, rock your crown. I'm here to show you the power inside the color brown. Now's the time to open up your mind to what they tried to hide from the real royalty. Open up your chakra from your brain to your feet and really realize what's inside and believe. Got God on my side and I ride with a queen. As we travel on this journey, I'ma show you what I mean when you open up your eyes. When you know what your worth is, never no surprise. Spirit of the sun, navigating stars. Times are getting better when you feel them getting hard like.
Yo, what's up, and welcome back to the Coalition of Color. If you're new to our channel, we're all about uniting, educating, advancing, and developing the Black community here in America. If that's something that you'd like to be a part of, hit subscribe to join the coalition. And you can always show your support by liking, commenting, and sharing this video. So, this is our first video back in 2021. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, all of that. We took a short break. We came back for a small Kwanzaa series. And since then, we've been trying to figure out what we were gonna come up with, the content that you were gonna see today. And then we found out about the Million MAGA March Part 2. So, whatever, we're on it here.
And I guess because it's a new year, so I guess you can do another one.
Yeah, we really tried to get away from the politics because we knew that y'all were getting tired of that a little bit. But, you know, that was election season. Yeah, we thought this was going to be something totally different, but something about Trump, you know? We got to figure it out. So,
he's gone now, hopefully.
We decided to go out there.
Yeah.
So we get out there and Main Street is packed out like I've never seen it.
Right, Main Street and 17th. We see people parking on the actual grass, on the lawn, like places where you're not typically allowed to park.
So you can't park in front of the Verizon Center.
Right, on election day. But you can park on government lawn, government park lawn or park, or whatever, you know what I'm trying to say.
So anyway, we get out the car and from a distance, you can hear everything that's going on, but it's not like people are all the way packed out to the curb. So there's a little bit of a walk across the lawn, up by the monument, and then it opens up and it's huge out there.
It really is.
It is.
Color here in Washington, D.C. at the Million MAGA March. This is in protest of the election results and the Georgia runoff. So all of that is happening today. Elections are being certified for President-elect Joe Biden, and the Georgia runoffs are finally being counted, and we will hear the end results to that today as well. So we're here to see what all the fuss is about, see if we can talk to some Black voters, and see why they're here. Get their opinion on things. So come with us. This is literally our first Trump rally.
times that Trump's talking about, like, oh, I draw the largest crowds, because that crowd was large.
I mean, it wasn't larger than Barack Obama's inauguration.
No, nothing like that. But this is the
like
one
that.
time where
But it was probably larger than his inauguration.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So we scaled the ends of
the
skirts of it, just to
outskirts.
feel the temperature real quick. You know, we was dipping our toes in. And we weren't really met with anything other than
No
a couple of
resistance.
looks or
Yeah,
whatever.
just weird
So
looks.
we tried to get as close as we could to the front, and we got stuck right around the middle.
Yeah.
We're arriving about the time that Trump is at the podium giving his speech.
Yep, and we hear him say that he wants everybody to march on the Capitol.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. And after this, we're going to walk down and I'll be there with you.
Wants them to march on the Capitol.
He was going to march
and
with
he's
them.
going with them. We were like, what? I was like, skirt, you ain't going nowhere.
So understand this, what we saw was not a protest, it was a rally.
It was a rally.
And it seemed like everybody was there for a unified reason.
Yeah.
There was really no issues, no drama, no anything like that. Now understand, we're not there in support of Trump.
No.
We're also not there to counter protest.
No.
We're also not there to march to the Capitol.
No.
So all of these things happening, we're thinking, should we leave? We should leave. We should probably start. And then we get met by
A black anti-Trump supporter. So she was there to anti-protest. Basically, protest the protest.
Counter-protest.
The counter-protest, thank you.
By herself. She was
By
a one-man
herself.
army.
And she came up to us and she was just like, hey, you guys better not be Trump supporters. And we're like, whoa, we're not.
You blowing the spot up. Chill out.
Lower your voice. All right, we trying to just blend in, get this footage and get out. In and out. Nobody wants any kind of crazy confrontation with this group of people. We know that they're very radicalized and we ain't got time for it. And she was doing the most, as you can see by her outfit.
So at that point in time, with the other variables that we were just talking about, it was a definite time to go.
It was time to
because
go.
all of a sudden they were looking at us, we were looking at them, they were looking at us, and I feel like, okay, whatever. So yeah, we got in the car, we left, you know, and on Suitland Parkway, on the way back home, we see Air Force One in the
which
air.
is weird,
So
right?
we're betting that Trump just said, march on the Capitol, I'm gonna march with y'all, and then he got on the plane and went to a golf course somewhere. Now, I'm glad to find out that that didn't happen. But he did get in the motorcade and go to the White House and watch everything that the rest of us saw, because you guys know everything after that.
Right.
I guess my bottom line, if I'm gonna be real quick and to the point, is the protesters, at that point in time, you're a protester. You weren't met with what I thought was adequate opposition. Just in relation to how black people have been met with at peaceful rallies, vigils, traffic stops. Some people get killed in their own house by police. If you were in a room of 100 people, you ask how many of them probably had a gun in their face before by the police. I'm sure that close to half, depending on the area that you're in. Yeah, and I know that can be a lot of disagreeing with that and everything, but what can't be disagreed upon would be that if it was a mob of black people doing the exact same thing, that we would have made our way to Nancy Pelosi's office and, you know, been able to put our feet up on the desk. I don't think we would have made it past that barrier.
It was definitely an eye-opener, not for black people, of course. I think black people were sitting home with popcorn, not entertained by it, but we kind of knew, we saw this coming. Unfortunately, I think every black person could see this leading down this path. Like, we're not surprised. We didn't think it was gonna go there, but we talked about it amongst ourselves, right? I think at this point, this is a very big turning point for white people, right? And those strong Republicans that aren't white, right? Non-whites that are strong Republican allies. It's time for you to decide whose side you're on. Are you on the side of what America was built to be? Or are you on the side of how America was built and trying to keep it the way America was built, with a white superiority complex? You've got to pick a side, because black people have been saying that there is a white privilege here in America, and I get that you couldn't see it before, but there is no denying it. After comparing it to the protests that took place in March, April, right, to what took place on the 6th, and the force that they were met with. And to watch some of you step aside
after having a conversation.
After having a conversation, like you understood what they said, you got their point, and you said, you know what? Here you go. You're right.
We're not bashing the Capitol Police or their response, because there's a lot of different variables, all the way up to the fact that Donald Trump could have just flat out said, no, I don't authorize whatever backup was needed and required. We know that our governor, Larry Hogan, shout out to you, you've been on it for 2020 and now into 2021.
Absolutely.
He was like, yo, I got people ready to go, and they just would not let him send the people because something with the Joint Chiefs. So after the investigation, we'll figure out, who said no and who was holding that whole thing off. But at the end of the day, I feel like the boots on the ground felt like it was a regular day. However, at the point in time that you know that now the attention's focused towards the Capitol, y'all should have been calling everybody who was off duty. You should have been gearing up the same way you gear up for any Black Lives Matter event or anything like that.
During this rally, Trump said we're gonna march on the Capitol.
This is on TV. It's on TV.
You can't take this government with weakness. You need strength.
Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Right before that, Rudy Giuliani said,
trial by
we're gonna have a trial by combat.
So, let's have trial by combat.
This is not the democracy that we live in. So all of those Trump supporters that were out there, if you're a Trump supporter and you weren't out there, or you were out there and you left like we left, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the ones who actually took the Capitol. You are not a patriot. You're not a patriot. You tried to overthrow our government, our democracy, and you're trying to make it something that it's not.
If you fly a Confederate flag, you are not a patriot. Hello? You're not patriotic. Not to America. Because America beat the Confederacy. I don't know if you missed that in history. Like, where is, I don't understand this. You can't fly those flags at the same time. It's a contradiction.
So, because we weren't there, and pretty much similar to the whole George Floyd thing, we went back out the next day just to see if maybe we could get footage of the actual glass that was broken or the door that was pulled.
So by now, guys, I think we all have heard, unless you've been living under a rock, about what took place January 6th back here at the Capitol. So we just wanted to come out here the day after and see if there was any aftermath to see, or to see if they put up any kind of protection or anything like that. So let's go check it out. So guys, from what we see, obviously there are a lot of people attracted to this very area for the reason we are here, because of what took place. Otherwise, none of these people would be here. We've been here on several days, on several occasions, recording here at this very place. On some of our other episodes, check those out. But as you can see, you've got a big police presence here. The National Guard are over there. The Capitol State Police is over there. Metropolitan Police just walked up. So today, after everything has transpired, police presence is here, and gates are up. This is what we got.
So yeah, and when we were out there, Virginia State Troopers were out there, National Guard. I mean, the day after. I mean, hindsight is always 20.
Of course.
But yeah, they were out there. They were protected. Now, I do want to make one positive thing. shout out to all of our elected officials who had to go through that, I'm sure, quite traumatic and traumatizing experience.
And our journalism.
And journalism.
Our media.
PBS news lady,
Yeah,
I forget who you was, but the one who was on the ground.
She
like,
was on it.
This is where police usually stay. Yeah.
You giving it away.
Yeah, she was dope. Yeah. I feel like she took me on a tour of the Capitol. But anyway.
She was good though.
I just want to shout out to all of y'all who went back to work and actually certified the election. And I want to shout out the now certified President-elect Joe Biden and the now certified Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. And to everybody else who, was a part of making sure that happened. Oh, how could we forget all of you voters who did your thing in Georgia? Thank you.
Y'all really showed up.
Thank you. So,
y'all proved that we could make Georgia a blue state. So remember that.
Yes. So pat yourself on the back.
First time in a long time.
Anybody who says your vote don't matter, call whoever you know. You know somebody in Georgia. Call them and ask them how they feeling now.
So guys, we really appreciate you taking time to come back and join us on another episode with us, the Coalition of Color. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you care. Comment. Let us know what you thought of this crazy insurrection, this riot, this coup d'etat, whatever you want to call it. Let us know what your thoughts are about it. And don't forget, if you are interested in donating, please leave us a donation at $, the Coalition of Color. There is nothing else to say except Malcolm, take us out.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Georgia runoffs. Georgia runoffs.
And the Georgia runoff. So all of that.
Yo, what's up, and welcome back to the Coalition of Color. If you're new to our channel, we're all about 1, 3, 2. And you can always show your support by liking, commenting. And we're arriving at the time that Trump is at the podium. I'm so sorry. There's like a hair.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. So it's definitely a skill fence or whatever. You can't make it 10 feet and say it's not scalable.
Right.
With a bar in the middle. But anyways, it's the same fence that he put around the White House during that Black Lives Matter protest and all of that. Right?
I forgot the bloopers. No, Malcolm does. Okay, cool. Because I did this point. Do Malcolm take us out again, because I don't like it.
Nothing else. Nothing else there. There is nothing else to say except Malcolm, take us out.
And that's a wrap.
Oh, riggedy.
And for all of y'all who, and I want to shout out the now certified President-elect Joe Biden and the now certified President, and for all of y'all who, support via Cash App, we just wanted to let you know that your donations do go towards our equipment to help produce better
our new
equipment for you guys.
We got some new equipment. As you can see, I'm sure you can see by the quality, the visual quality, right? I'm sure it's noticeable.
So we do really appreciate all of your ideas that you guys sent. We just wish that you guys would actually put it in the comment section instead of hitting
stop
us.
texting
But,
us.
Thank you guys. We thank you guys for all of that.
Yes, absolutely.
And we will accept any more to this. The equipment doesn't stop.
It does not. We are working on our drone next.
Yes.
That is our next one.
Gimbals.
So we can get some dope drone footage.
We need steady cams and some more stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, all of this is not going to be in there, so whatever.
Yes, we will. All right. See y'all.